it's all come to this. My love of cats and my love of nerdy stuff and 12 years of PopCon and a lifetime of cats and becoming the kitty correspondent for Pet Pals TV it has all led to me throwing a celebration of cats within a celebration of pop culture. It's called PurrCon because it's perfect. It's PurrCon at PopCon. It's going to be great. We are going to entertain you into being a better cat person than you could ever imagine. So friendship, making bracelets, coloring, cat art, cat games, and these voice actors that we have, and so many of them are cat lovers. The stage at PurrCon, in the panel room for PurrCon, it's gonna be cat-tastic. Good evening, and welcome to our very first PurrCon pre-party live. We've got more planned for you. I am KJ, your kitty correspondent. I am the host of PurrCon, which is happening in less than 30 days at PopCon, June 27th through the 29th. Would love for you to join us. We'll be talking about what the SuPURRhero Pass upgrades will do for you in your experience, what PopCon is going to be like. But I am very excited tonight to have you here, open-minded and ready for an incredible experience. When I first started planning this PurrCon event, I couldn't imagine doing this without my longtime friend and animal communicator, Cindy Huff, who is joining us tonight.
Hello.
Hi, Cindy.
Hello.
Thanks so much for being here. I know that we've got some people excited. We want you to check in the comments. Just let us know where you're watching from. And if you have questions for Grayson or you have questions about animal communication, go ahead and get those questions going in the comments. And of course, if you have a crew number, if you have been a part of my community for a long time, put your crew number in the comments as well, and let us know where you are watching from. I've got Patches is over in the kitchen making me some steak sandwiches. Laura is checking in. You can see Amelia and Grayson are snoozing. They're getting their beauty rest. And we are just thrilled. So I know we've got a couple of cats with us tonight that Cindy has pictures of, and we are going to do some communication just to kind of show you how this works if you were to have a reading with Cindy, because Cindy has literally been working with my cats since the Smiley Morning Show days. We've talked about this, Cindy. It was supposed to be this just this funny, we're going to have this, this woman on that talks to animals, right? And and I know that we did have some fun, but what came through to you, was that Omar was having, this pressure in his head, this pain, and I've talked about it in my book, Raised by Cats, that going into that vet office and having the vet who I worked for say, what are we doing here today? And I'm like, well, some lady told me on the radio that Omar was having headaches. So it saved his life. I mean, it really did. His blood pressure was insane. And it was, if you remember, Cindy, it was interesting because there was grief going on, but pain. And, it was eye-opening. I'm sure you could probably talk about that experience of working with animals in terms of they too can experience physical pain when they are under emotional stress, right?
Yep, exactly. And they don't understand often why suddenly something starts to hurt. So it's interesting because I have to help them try to sort through and see, is it something that's actually fit? And KJ, you and I have done this a lot with various of yours and Jana and yeah. So it's like what hurts, how long has it been hurting, and can you tell me when it started hurting if something happened? And that something could be an event or that something could be a physical injury. So we have to kind of sort through that, figure so that we can get to the root cause of what is it. Mom and dad are getting a divorce, or is it that you fell off the couch and hurt your stifle?
It's a lot to unpack, but it's pretty amazing when you can take that information, and I will tell you, don't worry about if the vet judges it. Just say, take this information and help my cat, right? Like, because that's what matters. Don't go in there and be like me. Go in there and be like, look, here it is. We've had some amazing conversations over the years, Cindy,
Yeah.
in terms of really emotional conversations, like when Rhodey unexpectedly left, to
Yes.
some fun conversations where we're just trying to figure out why with Leia, right? Like,
Yeah.
Leia loved to talk about how she was the boss of the house, and we didn't
Mm-hmm.
we didn't really get to talk when Leia was with us. Leia talked.
But yeah, Leia definitely was queen, and Omar, being the gentle soul that he was still the head male cat. And they were such an interesting pair because Leia was like a tornado, and Omar was like the stillness afterwards. That
Yes.
kind of thing. And the same with Jaina. She was a very strong personality too.
She was, and that was, talking through. Jana came in. She had had a whole life, right? She was
Mm-hmm.
at least 10 years old, and I remember. Oh God, I'm going to get a little bit emotional. I remember, because we didn't know what to do because she had
Mm-hmm.
never been around other cats, and here she is, the senior cat who's lost her human, and I remember when she came through, her previous owner came through, and she talked about how she didn't know she could have two families, and that was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh God, I told you I was going to cry, guys. So
I'm sorry.
people in that I talked to in the KJ's cat club, and really, I have these conversations all the time, and they want to know what they can do about the litter box if they're having issues, and they want to know about enrichment, and there's all these things they want to know, but at the end of the day, what they're coming to me for is they want to know how do you have all of these cats, and they all get along and you love them so much, and they want to know about how to bond. And so it's such a beautiful thing to be able to do.
Yeah.
So yes, I am the first one crying tonight.
Yeah. I do think that, KJ and I have a rather unique partnership because I did not grow up with cats. I grew up with poodles. Okay.
Very different.
Yeah, yeah. And, um, but I've always loved horses. I've loved cats. I just didn't know a lot about them.
Hmm.
And so my first cat was Jamie, and I lived in an apartment. I wasn't allowed to have pets, mind you. And she insisted on climbing the blinds and hanging out there and saying hello to the world, and I got caught. So Jamie and I moved. But she was a very good teacher because she was grumpy and she knew her mind, and she was going to rule. And I just did not understand how cats were, and I didn't understand how cats thought, and I didn't understand that they can be a predator one minute and go into prey mode the next.
Yeah.
Because dogs are pretty consistently predators, horses are pretty consistently prey animals. So the reactions are, you know, So
It,
cats can go either way, and I found that very confusing for a long time. And thanks for you to help me a lot with that.
I think they also find it very confusing.
Well,
Like to be a spirit and a body that can be both of those things
I
at any
know, and
moment.
it's and the other thing that I think is has been more difficult with me with cats is you have to have immense patience, immense patience.
I just
They
literally heard everyone watching right now go, "Yep."
because because they will do it in their own time, not yours. We have ladies that come and help us with some of the cleaning every other week. Today, all three of the cats came out when the ladies were here, and I know two of them are animal lovers in particular. And all three cats were out, and I'm just running around going, "Ah, Gunther, I'm so proud of you. Oh, look at Leia. Leia's out. Oh my goodness, I don't believe Leia's out." And she's just strutting her stuff around the living room, and I'm like, "Oh my goodness." They're like, "Who's that?" "That's Leia. That's the one you never see." And not Leia. Geez, I've got Leia on the mind. No, Luna. Sorry.
Luna.
Oh, she's gonna. She's not gonna be happy about that. But yeah, I had Leia in the mind because we were talking about Leia. But yeah, Luna came out. Luna, my little shy little lab cat, and Molly was draping across the piano, just looking like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Wow, this is really." But that's taken. I've had these cats almost 2 years.
Yeah, you have
First time.
you've done an amazing job with those cats. That was not an easy transition, and it's still every day there's still changes going on. So when people think, "Oh, I'm just gonna add a cat to my house," you do have
Oh
to
yeah.
have that perspective of they are going to be exactly who they are because that is all they can do. So
Mm-hmm.
you can make them feel safer and that will give you a little bit more, but sometimes you have to seek outside help. I saw already that we have some questions, and I know we've got two cats that we want to speak to tonight, but
Okay.
I promised that we would have this is Grayson's first interview, you guys, so think how many times Grayson's been on TV, always being
I
just
know.
the gentle, quiet, amazing spokesman for cats. And
Mm-hmm.
we've never done a live where we were just like,
Mm-hmm.
let's interview Grayson. So
Sure.
um,
Do you
Amelia,
want me to do you want me to explain quickly about how this works?
yeah, so I want you to explain how it works, and then we'll go right to Laura's question. And if anybody else has questions for Grayson, put them in the comments. All
Yep,
right,
and then we'll
let's do
just see what he
this.
has to say. So, first of all, my degree's in biology, so yeah, first that's kind of so I have a science background, and my wife Terry, who also does this work, is a nurse. So we both have science backgrounds, and a lot of the communicators I know have come either from the education piece, market, or the science. So it's interesting that what you have to do this is turn off the left brain. And the left brain is a very stubborn thing because it wants to go, "Well, wait a minute, that horse is probably limping because if you look at it, it's towing out on that side,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's the hardest part of my job is not letting the science major get too involved and just my job's to listen and to ask questions and to hear the questions that the people have and sometimes that the animals have for their people, which is kind of interesting sometimes. But
Yeah.
it's basically using another way of communication called telepathy, and animals are very good at it. And I think anybody on this call, including KJ and Patches, can do it because you wouldn't be on this call if you didn't love animals. And that is the first prerequisite of animal communication. You have to be able to connect briefly from the heart, and that is the highway. That's how you can hear, and you can also get information in lots of different ways. Some animals communicate through emotion. Some will sit there and talk to you, da 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 da. Some will give you feelings. Jaina,
Mhm.
Leia and Jaina were.
Big feelings.
Uh, but I'm a Leo, so I understood it perfectly. Anyway, so if you think about it, it's using just another sense that we all have in greater or lesser degrees. That an animal communicator just learns to touch in with that and practice using that. But you have to be able to do the heart connection. And everybody on this call can do it because you love your animals, right?
Hear that?
Well,
Everybody can do it.
yeah,
Everybody.
in a way, yes. I think that's absolutely true. Did I go through some training for this? Absolutely. Did I we did practice groups for 5 or 6 years, all the students in that class. We still get together and practice on occasion, and a lot of us have been doing this over 20 years, but we still get together and practice sometimes.
And
So,
and at some point, Cindy may. We've talked about having Cindy come in from Cincinnati and teach. So if that is something that y'all are interested ever in learning, we can do that too.
yep. Yeah, I think it'd be kind of fun if we had Terry and I both come, and because Terry also does animal communication, so we both went through training together.
Yes.
So to talk about how it works and to demonstrate some of it and to point out how it can help you with your own personal animals. Um, and just try to. We used to teach classes, and that's if nothing else, we wanted the folks in the class to be able to understand their own animals better.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and because if they understand better, KJ could probably finish the sentence for me. They're going to stay in their freaking home.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And that's what we're all about, right? If we can keep cats in homes. That's amazing. And that's when you ask people when they're at that level where they don't know what to do, that they would consider surrendering. Like almost all of them, if you say, if there was a way that I could help you keep your cat, do you want to? They say yes. So this is
Mm-hmm.
a way. So let's
Let's get
let's
going with Mr. Grayson.
let's get going with Mr. Grayson and
Hello,
see
Grayson.
question number one. And so Cindy has connected with Grayson enough that she doesn't necessarily need a picture, but I
He's
did
like,
send her
oh yeah, are
pictures of
you?
our other cats. So
He's
what's he?
like,
Oh,
oh, it's you again.
take it
Yeah,
away.
that's
It's
great.
the Cindy and Grayson show now.
Okay, let's see. So Grayson, can I ask him how he's feeling in his body? Just do a quick check in and see
Yes,
how he's.
please do.
So
Yep.
Grayson, how are you feeling in your body today? He said, well, I wouldn't be in front of the camera if I didn't feel good. So he's having a good day, I would say.
Good.
He's having a good day. And the other question I'm going to ask him real quick is Amelia listening? She's like, if you can visualize a woman with her hands on her hips. Well, of course I'm listening. Okay, Amelia. So, all right. So thank you very much. Well, Amelia, I'm going to talk to Grayson, okay? Is that all right? I know we always talk to Grayson for, yes, we do. I've known him longer. I'm sorry, sweetie, but there you go. Okay, Grayson, how are you feeling in your body, sweetheart? Are you doing okay? Today's a good day, all right? And he's enjoying being out and around all the hearts, is what he calls it. All the hearts on the
Oh,
call.
all
All
of
the hearts on
us.
the call.
Aw.
All the hearts. He's like he loves. He says he likes this better because it's kind of like being on TV, but everyone is closer.
Yes.
And yeah, and I know you're gonna. Okay, he doesn't really miss going on TV. He thinks it's who are you taking now? You're taking the
Giles.
Giles. Okay. He says it's time for Giles. And
Yes.
people are going to, hi, is that Giles or is that,
Yep. He just sat up. Like it's time
hello,
for me.
Lodi, are we talking about you? He is a handsome sort. He really is. Hi, Giles. Yeah. Okay. So you can listen too. Good boy. All right. So, but Grayson, I think, is getting to a place where he's content to be more and teach more. So he's teaching Giles, and Amelia says she's taking care of Grayson, just so you know.
Yes, she is.
She's taking care of Grayson. She says he's finally letting me. So, okay, so you've got the three that need to be here tonight. Okay, because you've got the new generation. You've got Amelia, who's very wise, who's taking care of Grayson, and then Grayson is like the wizard, right?
He sure
He's the
is.
wizard. So Grayson, the folks here that you're sensing coming through Mom's screen, they would like to know if you know how much they all love you. Yeah. Do you realize how? Do you know how much these folks love you? Uh, oh, yes. Okay. Very good. He said, "Well, the yawn was, well, of course I do." You're going to sit up for everybody now. We're going to experience the magnificence of Grayson. Yes, I see. Good boy. Yeah. So he understands and feels. He's a very gifted cat in that he can feel the love coming through. So he understands that. And Grayson, yeah, Grayson came in to be a teacher. He came in to do this job that you've allowed him to do, KJ and Patrick. Okay. You've allowed him to be the teacher that he came in to be. And sometimes animals come in with jobs, right? And so he's not just teaching KJ and Patches and his public, if you will. He's also teaching Amelia to trust a little bit more. And I think there's another cat in your household that is learning about trust a little bit more. And he's also understanding that Giles is going to attract the audience in a different way than he did, but he thinks it's going to be a good way.
Aw,
Okay.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's going to be different, but he said, he's going to grab everybody's attention with his looks.
Yes, yes, he definitely does that.
And then we'll get the connections, and then we'll get the, Giles, do you like being on TV? When you go and see Patty? Yeah. Do you like to? Does he go? He's gone a couple times, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, he's gone quite a few times now. Giles, yeah.
Yeah. Giles, do you like that? He's preening. He's like, of course I do. So he's not as much of, okay, I'm trying to remember. Omar could be a bit of a ham.
Yes. Yes.
Omar taught me a lot. He really did. But he could be a bit of a ham sometimes, and I'd be talking to him, and then I just start cracking up because he just start being funny. Mm-hmm. And you didn't expect it from him because he was a very serious cat.
Oh yes,
it was kind of like Leia. Yeah, Leia was very serious. Mm-hmm. Didn't mess with Leia, right? So, yeah. But yeah, he. I remember the two of them quite strongly.
Yeah, they were.
I really do. And the thing that I wanted to also point out to people is that when I'm doing this, I'm connecting with the heart energy of the animal. And my belief is that animals have spirits just like we do. That's my belief. And so for me, I can speak with animals on the other side. Mm-hmm. Just like, and I can't take credit for this. My father, actually, I went up to my dad died when I was 19, and I was a daddy's girl, of course. So, I would go up to the gravesite and talk to him, and he would start talking back. And I'm like, oh crap, I hear dead people, right? So, but I thought animal communication was much safer, and so.
Yep.
But I did go study for 2 years to become a psychic medium also, and so did Terry. So we to learn the proper methodology for that, because that is a very, unlike animal communication, which is relatively new. It was there's different spins on animal communication. There are different teaching systems in animal communication, just like there is in. If you think about energetic healing, there's Reiki, there's healing touch for animals and healing touch for people, which is kind of the genre that I came through, was healing touch for animals. So it's all energy work. It's all
Yes.
energy work, right? It's just done in a different technique or in a different form. Animal communication is the same way. The lineage, if you will, that I come from is Penelope Smith, and she was around for a very long time. I'm not sure if she's still with us or not, but she was the grandmother of animal communication in that my teacher studied with her.
Okay.
Okay, and so the group of, that's how I met the group of us that still get together. So I'm sure there are a lot of people out there teaching it now, and there are a lot of people that have their own spins on it and their own methodology, and there's nothing wrong with that because the bottom line is we want to help animals.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
So
I'll
I
get off
want
my
to
soapbox.
I want no, I appreciate it because I think it is important that people, if you want to try animal communication, that you make sure that you understand that there are different ways of doing it and that you get someone that you trust. Right? I mean,
Exactly right.
that's why we've been with you so long.
Oh, thank you.
Uh, I want to ask Grayson one more question, and then we're going to get to Dusty, and we have Raindrop standing by as well.
Oh, okay,
So,
great.
the question for Grayson is, I just want to know what he thinks, and I'm sure he'll be philosophical. I want to know what he thinks of this whole PurrCon thing that we're doing.
Well, the first thing he said is you're awful excited about it.
He's not wrong.
He has a really fun sense of humor. He said the next thing he said was it's time.
Okay.
It's time. He said it's time. What do you mean by that, Grayson? Oh, how do I put this? He's Grayson. He talks in a roundabout way sometimes, but he's showing me that you did PopCon for so many years, and
Yeah.
that's I met you. I think I've been to a few of those. It was kind of interesting.
You have.
Um, but the costumes were just incredible. But anyway, it how should I put this? I think that there are a lot of different abilities that people have that don't know that they have them, but the intent is the most important thing. The intent is always for the highest and best good of the animal
Mm-hmm.
and the highest and best good of the family that animal lives with. So that is something that I remind myself of before I do work with animals. Grayson has been a great teacher for me too, because he was helping me. Leia was helping me. Poor I didn't grow up with cats person. So I'm grateful to Omar, to Leia. I'm grateful to Grayson, your whole crew, because of your gifts, KJ, with cats and your understanding of cats, and Patrick's understanding of cats has taught me a lot about how the heck they think and why they behave the way they behave, and why one minute we're going to be brave and look at the cleaners, and the next minute we're going to, the next time they'll probably barrel down the steps to the basement at night.
Yep.
Cats are cats. It's are they in prey mode or predator mode? I don't know.
Yep.
But you've taught me a lot about that because I never, like I said, I didn't grow up with them. And I'm allergic to them. And somebody said, "You're allergic to cats?" And I said, "Yeah, I have 3."
Yep. Yep.
You
Patrick
train,
too. Patchett. We got 7. Patches is
yeah,
allergic.
but
We're all okay.
you train cats. Yes, you can train cats.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
and I've
just
explained, yeah.
I just posted a video the other day, and our friend Laura was over here. Johnny Storm, of all of our cats, he gives high fives. He dances on command. Like, I mean, it's. I think it's interesting because you just said Grayson said it's time. I almost said I think it's time. I'm using Grayson's word. Like, I think the time of cats is here. Like, there is this. This ripple through humanity that has cats that are like, wait, we could be like, there's so much more. And we want to learn how to help them be their best selves, right? Like people are realizing that the conversations that I'm having with all of this connection of like, finally. So when Grayson says it's time, it's kind of how I feel too, right?
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
Thank you, Grayson. So Grayson can stay with us if he has any thoughts as we.
I'm sure he'll pop in as he wants to. And
So
but we'll go ahead. What are we going to do next?
we're going to bring our friend Susan on. Susan is a longtime member of KJ's Cat Club, and she has many cats. But we are here to talk to Dusty. There, there we
Oh,
go.
I got him.
Hey, Dusty.
Hello. Oh, there he is. Hi, cutie pie. What you
Dusty,
doing?
you gonna look
at
around?
you. That's all right. He's okay. He's okay.
Yeah.
Hello, handsome.
There you go, buddy.
Hello, handsome. I am not talking to you. My basset hound went, what?
Of course, your basset hound answers to handsome. So, Susan, the only thing that Cindy got was just Dusty's picture, and so you want to explain, Cindy, a little bit to Susan. Have you ever had any animal communication experience?
No, I have not.
Okay. So you want to explain why we sent the picture, and then you guys can get into chatting with Dusty here.
Yeah, and I'm going to apologize in advance because my sinuses are. It's Ohio, and things are budding. Anyway,
we feel that in Indiana.
Yes, we do.
Oh, I know. So basically, I'm going to do a hard connection, as I was talking about earlier, with Dusty, and that's kind of the bridge where I use the communication method of telepathy, which cats and dogs and animals do that very well. And what I like to do is ask them questions. Okay. And usually when I have clients, I ask the clients to write down for themselves questions that they want me to ask the animal, because you get into the conversation and it's like going to a party and you get in a conversation with somebody you've never met before. And you walked up to them for a reason. It's like, I wanted to ask that person something. And it, because you go start, it's the same thing with these guys. And I want to make sure that clients get what they wanted answered. Okay. But I always start with how they're feeling in their body. So I'm going to start with, hi, Dusty. You don't want to talk about that, do you?
There he goes.
Oh, look at the immenseness of the belly. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yeah.
There you
my
go.
Gray cat taught me about that term, the immenseness of the belly. That is not an insult. It's a beautiful belly. Look at you. Okay. Folks that are on the phone, if you can kind of look to the side of him, of Dusty, that I'm doing that too. I'm looking at the beautiful quilt behind him, because if we stare at cats, they can get into prey mode real easily. So I'm just, especially he doesn't know me, so I'm just saying hello to him, and I'm talking out loud for your benefit. He can hear me just fine in his head. So Dusty, yeah, you're safe. Mom's there. You're okay. Yeah. No, those people are not coming into your house, honey. You thought this horde of people were going to come into that. No, they're not. You're all right.
Here we go.
Yeah, you can go back to Mom. Mom will take care of you. That's right. Very good. So I'm going to ask him how he's feeling in his body again, if there's anything just for you to know about.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, what a nice purr. He's got a nice motor, don't you?
Yes, he does.
It does.
Yeah. All right. So how are you feeling in your body? Is there anything that you want to tell Mom about? And I'm just going to be quiet because sometimes they show me things in my body rather than yak at me about it. So just give me a sec. Okay. All right. So, and just for audience information, okay, my back's been hurting. So my back started hurting. I think that's me, so I'm going to discard it. The other thing that started hurting was my right ankle, which would correspond on him to his right rear leg. The hock is the knee corresponding, well, actually, no, the knee is up by the body. The hock is corresponding to the wrist, if you will. Okay. Yeah. So, how long's that been going on, bud? Dusty, how long has that been? Yeah, your left rear, your right rear paw. Yeah, it's the right one. Want to turn around? Yeah, it's the right one.
Okay.
How long has that been bothering you? So it's above the paw. Okay. It's a joint right above the paw. It's where the paw does that. Yeah, how long has that been bothering you, hon? Not long. Did you run into that something with your leg, or can you remember what happened right before it started hurting? Okay, right. I think he just jumped off of something and banged it. And so what I will say is if it doesn't improve in a couple of days, I think it's really would be important. How old is he?
He'll be 10 this fall.
So he's a late middle age. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably middle age. Actually, cats are living a lot longer these days, which is kind of cool. All right. So I would, if he, thing to watch is when he lays down and when he gets up. Okay. Because he's using the rear end to do that. If you see any change in that, make an appointment, get him to the vet. Okay. Because especially with the age, we don't want to take a chance. All right.
Nope. So, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And that was actually one of the questions I had for you was he feeling okay?
All right. Well, overall, let's just kind of see. Is there anything else bothering you? What? Hold on a minute. We're discussing food. Hold on a sec. What about which one? Oh my goodness. Yeah, what a good boy. Which one? Is it wet or dry? Okay. Is it a particular one? Okay. The only thing I'm going to pass along to you is, do you feed canned as well as kibble?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feed a variety of canned food?
Yes.
Different flavors?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With his age, you might have a conversation with your veterinarian about whether you need to. Well, we've got to clean the parts, Mom. I mean, it's going to have to happen on camera.
Never fails.
It's just they got to clean. Cats clean, and they always seem to start there. So I just pictured Gunther with the immenseness of the belly, and I had to put a square there. Anyway, all right. So I'd
say he feels pretty comfortable with you.
Yeah, well, he's a good boy. He's very good. But what I would suggest is, if you notice a change in the litter box and the poop, or just pay attention. If some of that stuff can be really rich, and as he ages, it may be that his digestive tract isn't as productive and as efficient. Okay. The same that happens to us when we get older. And I can say that because I'm in my early 70s, mind you. So just keep an eye on it.
Okay.
And keep an eye on that leg and watch when he lays down and watch when he gets up. Okay. He's really open. I mean, he's very, very, you've done a really nice job with him. He's likes people. He likes attention.
Oh, yeah.
And he loves that we're all kind of watching him right now, don't you, bud? Yeah. Mm-hmm. He said, well, I am handsome. I know you are. What else do you want people to know about you, buddy? Dusty, what else do you want people, because there's lots of people listening, and Patches just came in. Yeah. So I assume that's Patches. Yeah. It's all right. You're allowed. It's not all girls, Patches. So, yeah. So what else do you want to tell us about yourself or that we should know about you? I take care of things around here. He said, I watch. And the cat behind him, black and white, is that cat younger?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that one. Did you turn around and look at the cat? Yeah, I know. So are you teaching this one? Yes, but it's tough going. But this is a good point, and I really appreciate him bringing this up because it's very rare to have cats or dogs or horses that are exactly the same age, right? And have had a very similar background. So his background and his age are different than that cat behind him. And so part of what he feels is very important is they try to teach that cat, because that cat is younger and that cat is probably going to take over part of his responsibilities when he passes. So I'm pointing out to him that cat, is that a male or female cat?
Female.
Female. Well, he said, yeah, it's a girl. Yes. And she's going to learn differently than you learn. She has different experience than you do, buddy, so you got to be patient. She wants to learn. You just have to take your time, okay? Yeah, very good.
Did you have another question, Susan?
Yeah, do you have any more questions, Susan?
Yeah. So I'd like to understand better why he bullies the cats that are smaller than he is.
Oh,
what's up with that, buddy? He said, well, I can. Yeah, and does that mean that my greyhound should be a bully? Hello, Kalani. My greyhound's good. Oh, no. That's what you think about that, Tracy. Right. He's over here with me. He's not going to come see you. It's all right. Yeah, yes. He's very gentle anyway. But it doesn't mean that my greyhound can bully my basset hound, does it? Or does it mean that Grayson, my big cat, can bully the girls? I'd like to see him try. They'd take care of him real quick. But, just because you're bigger doesn't mean it's okay. All right? You need to be teaching them, sweetie. I know. You'd rather just lord it around. I know. Be lord of the castle. But your job is to teach. That's
exactly what he wants.
Yeah, but he also needs to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Is he your oldest cat?
Well, not completely sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're all rescues, so some of them I really don't know.
I know. Yeah, I walked in with 3, and the vet's like, "Oh, I think they're all about the same age. They're all middle age." Well, I happen to know Molly's older because you can tell physically she's older.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not going to argue with my vet, so that's okay. Anyway, they all came from rescue, so who knows? Okay. Any other questions, Susan, for this kitty?
Is there anything that I can do to help him with? He's been grieving the loss of his adopted mama. We're coming up on 3 years, and he's just not been the same since she passed. And I just wonder if there's anything I can do for him to help him with his grief.
And is this a person or is it another cat?
Another cat. She was the old lady of the house, and she mothered him. And he thought he was king of the castle until she passed, and then he's just been all out of sorts ever since.
What was her name?
Butterscotch.
Okay, hold on a minute. And what color was Butterscotch?
She was buff and white.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, Dusty, you can still talk to her, honey. Yes, you can. Yeah, she's always going to be with you. So she comes and checks on everybody. Yeah. So just talk to her. Just talk to her. How do you know when she's there? You'll feel it. You'll feel it in your heart that she'll be there. Okay, so let her talk to you and you talk to her. You know what? The best thing to do is to just once a day, if you think about it, it could be at night or during the day, doesn't matter. Just think about her. Her mom could think about her, and that'll bring her spirit through. And I know this sounds a little hokey pokey, but it's not. Animals have spirits just like we do. And the connection stays as long as we remember that. And that goes for our animals as well. I want to make KJ cry again. Patrick, have you got Kleenex?
Does he understand the heart connection? Does he know how to connect to her?
Well, that's what I'm kind of showing him. It's like if he just kind of makes a picture in his head of her, or feels like the way she would feel when she would take care of him, That'll bring her in. That'll bring
You
her
can
in.
connect with Butterscotch, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. I know.
So
you
can
know.
you, Mom.
You know.
So can you, Mom. Okay.
You know. Yes.
Yeah, we can do the same thing. So, okay. Do you understand, buddy? Oh, and the girl in the back is just, she was really looking at you too. Like, really?
Yeah, baby.
Really?
You remember Butterscotch too, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you all, if you remember her, she'll come and see you. Yeah. Okay. Very good. He did a really good job. Thank you very
Did.
much.
Good job, Dusty.
Dusty did a very good job.
Good job, Dusty.
Good
I'm
job, buddy.
gonna apologize because my mowers decided they never mow this late. I don't know why they're here at almost 8 o'clock, but they
Because
are.
they knew you were going to be on camera.
All right.
I'm surprised the Greyhound hasn't been on, had his face in the camera because I haven't fed him yet.
Yeah.
Terry's at a meeting, so they're.
Your kids have been good. So I want to bring on now. Some of you may know her as the foster mom to Buffy and Giles. Marie is here. She is a foster mom with Arpo. Arpo will be bringing kittens to PurrCon, and Cindy is going to be with us at PurrCon. So part of the reason we wanted to do this tonight was to show people how animal communication can work. And this is Raindrop.
This one is, he'll stay here.
That's okay. I've got his picture, so it's all right. I'd rather just let him.
Yeah, so Cindy has the picture. So if he doesn't want to stay, that's okay. But
yeah, it's okay.
They all do. That would be great.
That would be fine. It would keep everybody entertained. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let me just say hi. His name is Raindrop. And
Yes.
This is a little gray guy right here.
Yes. Yep.
What a pretty boy.
He
What a
is.
pretty boy. Yes. He said, I know. I said, well, I have a great kitty too, but he has stripes. Yeah. But I think you're very pretty. He reminds me very much of a cat that we had many years ago. That was a solid gray like this, which is unusual. So, all right. So Raindrop, I know. Okay, I have to explain. Okay, Raindrop. Yeah, I know I'm not in there with Mommy. I know. I'm not there. I know. But you know what? I think you're beautiful, and I think you're just a really nice boy. Yeah. So I kind of made a little connection with you just for a few minutes, okay? Yeah, and that's all right. Yeah, it's okay. Oh, wait, one of the other ones is going, me too, and it's like, well, no, we're going to talk to Raindrop first, okay? And then if there's time.
There's a lot of kittens in the foster room right now.
but Raindrop is the one we're going to talk to right now. Okay. So, Raindrop, how are you feeling in your body? I'm sorry, guys, but I always ask this question for the people. How are you feeling in your body, sweetheart? You don't feel good sometimes? Well, in what way? Can you tell me what part of your body? Okay. I'm just being quiet for a minute and seeing what we get here. What part of your body, huh? Okay. Okay, 2 areas. One is the GI tract. Okay. Either he's not processing. Is it a male? It's a male, right? Yeah.
It's a boy. Yep.
Boy. Okay. Is not, and I'm not a vet here, so I'm not prescribing or doing anything that is illegal. I'm just saying what I got. The impression I got of him was that my started getting queasy in my stomach, and it wasn't just stomach. It was like all the way through the GI tract. So that's one, and let me just check and see how it feels, because I'm trying to get a sense of how he experiences that. Okay, so let me just give me a minute. Okay. Oh, he's fine. He's okay.
He's trying to eat.
Oh, good boy. You're gonna show me how. All right, so show me how you chew your food.
Not
This
very
sounds
well.
really
Right
inane. It's really inane, but
Can you see him?
Yeah, I can see him. He's fine. Yeah. And then you swallowing okay? Is it going? Yeah. Good boy. Thank you for showing. That's very nice. Did you swallow that okay? Okay, that might be part of things is he swallows and it goes part way down. It seems like it sticks a little bit. Is he eating wet food as well as food?
Almost exclusively wet food. He doesn't eat dry food right now.
Yeah, and I think that's probably good. Let me ask him, Raindrop, would it help if Mom put a little bit of water in that? Would that be okay? You would poop funny? Well, you might. I don't know. As long as you poop in the litter box, it's okay, but yeah.
He's very good
Yeah.
litter box manners, don't you, buddy? He said I do.
Yeah. So, okay. So it feels like he's getting to a place where something's getting stuck. But I don't mean literally stuck, but it feels like it.
No,
And
I think it is. He had a procedure and his tongue swelled up pretty bad and it's still swollen. So I think it literally is being stuck.
Yeah.
Aw.
So, what can Mom do to help? Do you know of anything that Mom can do to help you? What would make it feel better when you're trying to eat? I just keep saying water. So adding a little bit of water to the food may be helpful.
Yeah.
KJ knows a lot about this stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause she worked at a vet, and plus she's had lots of cats over the years.
He's drinking water now. He's like, water.
But seriously, we have that happen to us sometimes where, it feels like something's stuck. It's really not, but it feels like it because your throat gets irritated a little bit. So I would say just making sure you maybe add a little bit of water for right now. Again, talk to the vet. Is he losing weight or anything like that?
No, he's actually gaining, probably not as quickly as he should be for a kitten, but he's gaining. He went up.
Okay.
He's up to 3.6 pounds, and 2 weeks ago he was 3.2. So
Okay. Raindrop, what is your favorite kind of food?
Weeruba kitten.
He's saying smelly.
Yeah.
Smelly. And that's a really good, important point that he's teaching us about cats, is that they are very smell oriented, especially with food. So if you have, with him, put something in that wet food or get the wet food that he likes, but make sure it has a really good smell to it. I mean, it's a strong smell to motivate him to eat a little bit more. Okay.
Yeah.
I learned this from a dog that had kidney disease.
Oh.
And the only way we could get Maggie to eat, I don't know if you knew her, KJ.
Mm-hmm.
Maggie No Tail?
Yep.
Yeah. The only way we got Maggie to eat was to get her the smelliest wet food we could find. And it got pretty bad. We had tripe, all right?
Oof.
Yeah.
But smell was something that motivated her. So it's something that maybe to think about a little bit. What's your favorite thing to do with Mom? What's your favorite thing to do? Yeah, with her. Cuddle and then run. So like cuddle, 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 run. Cuddle, 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 run. Yeah. So yeah, he kind of flips. He has a quick trigger.
What kind of home would he like to be in?
Oh, that's a perfect question. Perfect question. So if, what kind of family would you like to live with? None of those. One of those what? No dogs?
He actually likes my dogs. They're just
Okay.
working right now.
Well, maybe it's just he doesn't like. What is it about the dog that you're reacting to, bud? You don't like the noise. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't like the noise either, but I've got 2 dogs that don't bark a whole lot, so that's good.
You like my dogs, don't you, buddy? He goes, yeah.
Okay. So see, and this is a really good example of the way animal communication should work, because I asked the animal, he was reacting to the sound.
Yeah.
And you came back and said, but I've had him with the dogs and he was fine. He liked them.
Yeah.
That's the way I like clients to work with me, because I don't live with the animal. You observe. Okay. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
I don't get upset about that. I want you to do that.
Yeah.
And that's not arguing. That's just saying, but wait, what makes sense, it doesn't make sense to me because that's okay. I'm not going to get upset about that.
Yeah.
This is a team thing here.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so thank you. What else did you want to ask, Raindrop? He's a good little talker. He's going to be a very social little guy when he feels a little better.
Yeah, he is a good kitty, aren't you, buddy? I wish you did feel better. Yeah.
Well, I think I'm seeing time here. I'm seeing giving this time. He may be around a little longer than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
Give him time. And it feels like a healing process, a GI healing process. That, do you have, let me ask a question here. Do you know what energetic healing is?
No, not really. Not when it comes to cats.
Okay. KJ, can we go over just a little bit because I want to explain this for a reason.
Yep.
Okay. And KJ does energy work, so she understands this really well. We have a physical body, but we also have an energy field around us. And that energy field has layers to it that are associated with various systems of the body. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what I learned in doing training with Healing Touch for animals was that healing starts in the energetic body. Okay. So for him to truly integrate and be fully well, he needs, I think, hold on a minute. Do you mind if I check him real quick? Can I do that? This is a little tool to this. Let me he can do whatever he wants. Hold on a second. And I'll explain what I'm doing in just a minute. There are major energy centers in the body. He's got a really strong solar plexus, KJ. This guy's got an ego that won't quit. Heart, huge heart energy. That's perfect. That's wonderful. Let's see. How much of a thinker are you? He's more heart than thinking, and connection to divine is pretty good. Yeah. All right. So what I was using is using this as a tool. All right. Mm-hmm. And we use the tool and we judge by the way it's spinning and how fast it's spinning and the direction it's spinning. Okay. Gives me a yes or a no. All right. So I was just checking the major, we call them chakras in the body. We have them, animals have them. Okay. So if we can get the energy balanced out here, it translates into healing physically. KJ is well versed in this. She understands it very well. So feel free to talk to her, or if you want to talk to me about it a little bit, I can explain a little bit more about it. But just if you look at it, it starts out here and then it goes in here.
Do you, Cindy, because I could do some energy work with him, or you feel
if we would like you to.
Is it the root chakra that
his solar plexus, which is, we have one of those too. It's like willpower.
Okay.
Right here.
So it's overactive?
Let me check again real quick. All right, JJ, I'm gonna show this to you.
Okay.
That's solar plexus. Slow as I go up and I go to throat, it's like, right?
Yeah.
Heart is huge. You see that?
Yep.
Okay, so it's
slower. It's almost like it's sluggish.
Yeah. So sense of self is in the solar plexus.
Mm-hmm.
Sense of self, sense of strength of character comes from solar plexus, just like it does from us. We talk about our gut, right? Your gut instincts.
Yep.
That's solar plexus. Okay.
That's so like literally where it comes from.
Yeah. And also, KJ, if you can work with him, he's a little murky. The energy field itself is a little murky in spots. Okay. So probably clear that and then go through the chakras and also check, is this me or him? Hold on a minute. Yeah, my right shoulder keeps wanting to go down. So, yeah, I would check leg joints, especially front legs as well, because each of those joints has a chakra, right?
Yeah.
So you can use your pendulum or however you do that. So,
yep.
Okay. but he's got a huge will. We just need to reinforce it energetically, because with that, I think this guy will make it just fine.
Okay.
Because he's a fighter. So, but we need to help him a little bit. That's all.
I agree
Okay.
with that.
Also, my business partner is a crystal surgery practitioner. So KJ, we'll leave it with you, and
Yep.
I'm sure if you want to pull Terry in as
Okay.
well, you know,
Yep.
I'm sure she would be glad to do that. Yeah, she worked
It's
on me
not
a
an
little
actual
bit.
surgery, it's an energetic thing.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's
You can't have another surgery.
She did. Yeah, she takes. Okay, this is So, crystal surgery basically is using the energetic properties of stones. So this is the tourmaline. It's like heavy energy. It's base chakra energy, right? Okay. Whereas I don't have. Okay, yeah. This energy that makes up this little guy is more of a. I think this. Crown chakra energy. Okay, it's connection with divine energy. That's why I use this as a pendulum. So, crystal surgery is a way of using stones to clear energy blockages. KJ has some other methodology he uses. I think you use some stones too, don't you, KJ?
Yeah, yep. I use some stones.
Yeah.
And like, Cindy, you're talking about the solar plexus. He had, so he's recovering from a hernia. Did it end up being a hernia, Marie?
He had a hernia, umbilical cord hernia repair in his neuter on the same night, and then he had some sort of a reaction from it.
Yeah.
His tongue swelled, encompassed his whole mouth, and he had to.
Well,
so it took him a while to be able to eat, about 48 hours to be able to eat canned food, and he just started trying to eat dry food this week.
Yeah.
But
watch the richness. Don't give him anything that's real rich, wet food wise for right now.
So that's fine. Don't give him anything too rich, but make it stinky.
But make it stinky. Yeah.
He's eating his good soft foods. He can't eat anything too chunky right now, but he wants to eat. He's starving.
He's very much got a very strong will to keep going. So
good.
He's also going to be a cat, by the way, that is going to need whoever he lives with, whether he stays with you or goes to someone else.
He's going to someone else.
Okay. Just saying. This is why I don't foster. Okay, this is why I don't foster. I would be kicked out of the HOA in this neighborhood. I'm already won over as it is. So, Gunther. It was Gunther. I went for the girls, and Gunther attached himself to my leg and wouldn't let go. So it's like, all right, fine, you're coming too. But anyway, he's going to need someone that is really able to heart center with him and connect with him emotionally, and to be very aware that he is very tuned into that. So someone that is a little bit softer person would be good for him. But also someone that believes that cats can be taught to behave and not use your furniture for stretching posts and things like that.
He would never.
He's a soft guy with a wild side.
So, but just, that's something that I think that everybody that's on that has cats, that's part of our obligation when we bring animals into our home, is to help them understand what is okay and what isn't. And they don't know. How are they supposed to know?
A cat is always just being a cat. That's it. It's up to us to figure out how to get them to a space where they're being the kind of cat that we can cohabitate with, right? Because that's it. They are just there's no bad behavior. There's unwanted behavior. They don't know that. So Marie is a really great foster mom. And I honestly don't know how she does what she does, because she pours her heart into these wonderful kittens and cats that come in, and she is willing to then let them go. And if she didn't, we wouldn't have Buffy and Giles. And I'm going to cry again. So
Yeah.
And agree. If I could interject real quick,
Yeah.
something
Of
with
course.
if something we do with Grayson because of his with his mouth issues.
oh yeah.
Something that could be beneficial to him with his tongue is if you take his soft food and if you like mix some water or like a Purine Hydrocare pack, and if you have like a little Ninja blender or something like that, just puree it and make it
Great
super
idea.
liquidy for him to
Yeah.
where he can lap it up as well.
That's a good idea. That the
Great idea.
Hydrocare or some bone broth. The bone broth might be really good for his immune system and healing too.
Yeah, I had both of those. So yeah.
Yeah, I am not surprised.
I just
love
love
everything.
Thank you, Patches. I think that's a great idea. And I will point out that cats do communicate with us in different ways. All right, KJ.
Yes.
Luna.
Yes.
It is 8 o'clock. Luna is bellowing.
Oh, we're
and
gonna.
she's doing the hunting bellow, which
Oh
means
yes.
she has brought something up from the basement because we keep all these little mice.
Oh yes, she
all the
brings you all
toys.
her toys. I'm gonna let Marie go because I know you got a crazy household of kittens there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marie.
Thank
Nice
you.
talking to you. Take
Thank you,
care.
Raindrop.
It was good. But yeah, it's a good point. I mean, I'm glad she did that because it's like, okay, I know because she's been here for a while now that she's hunting
Mm-hmm.
the toys
Yep.
and she brings them up to me, or at least into the master bedroom, articulating at the top of her lungs to say, I'm doing my job.
Mm-hmm.
I have hunted and brought this for you. And sometimes in the middle of the night, so I end up with 2 or 3 in the morning.
Oh yes.
You know, when I get up, I've got them. She puts them on my side of the bed, on the floor, and she has brought this to me.
I know there's a yeah. I knew that Susan was going to chime in. She's got her Pepper does that, and Amelia. I mean, Siamese cats are so vocal anyway. Her hunting howl after everybody else goes to bed. It's like this is her hunting ground.
Oh yeah, they just and Luna is not an articulate cat. I mean, she's not a vocal cat. My vocal one is Gunther, and Molly grumbles.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a deep little voice, and she quit complaining, I'm not feeding you. But yeah, but it is interesting. There's 3 cats. They're all very different. 2 of them are, I think Molly is Luna's mama.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Giles. Is that Giles? No,
that's Giles. This is Buffy's in the burger joint. That's
Buffy.
she's she's doing her time in the burger joint. Giles just went and crawled up in the cat tunnel up here. Yeah, at one point I looked over. I didn't realize. At one point they were sitting together in the cafe in the burger joint, just listening to you.
Well, yeah, and Amelia is still behind you. Does she have any?
She is, yeah. She's right there. Grayson has been wandering, but he's over. Patches he knows that dinner is almost ready, so he knows that he's going to get some churro snack. So he has placed himself just out of view, where he can see Patches, so that he can get up when it's time to have the snackies.
Mm-hmm. Well, Miss Amelia wants to say a word.
Oh yes, Miss Amelia, please.
Mm-hmm. She says that Siamese, or the kind of cat she is, in other words.
Yes.
The kind of cat that she is, she said, we are loud for a reason.
Oh, okay.
And she says, and most Siamese I have met have been very vocal, and Himalayans to a certain degree as well. But she says it's because people get so distracted by how beautiful we are.
Oh.
And so we have to draw attention to who we are as well. In other words, not just another pretty face.
Oh, you're not just another pretty face.
Yeah. Yeah, she said that we have learned this through time, that if we vocalize, if we want to be admired, we can vocalize and people will admire us. And she said sometimes we have learned to vocalize in different ways so that people understand that we think.
Oh, that's fascinating.
And we have emotions.
That
So they are taking this on for the cat kingdom, so to speak, in terms of cats have emotions, cats have thoughts, cats have personalities, and the Siamese are evidently the ones that call attention to this. So that's her story.
well, thank you, Amelia. That's pretty
She
cool.
has always had her opinions, though.
Yes, she has. Well, there we go. There's Buffy and Giles. Yep,
Yeah.
he's gonna get in the cafe. These two will just sit in these. He wants to be in the burger joint right now, so he's mad. But they will
get
just
over it.
they just sit together. Oh, you're gonna get her. He's gonna get her. There. Yep.
Whack.
A little playtime.
Just whacking one. Just whacking one.
Well, Cindy, I want to say thank you because I know it was enlightening as always, and I'm so excited that you are willing to make the drive to Indianapolis to come to another PurrCon at PopCon. So we're gonna have our little kitty corner at PopCon, but all of that cosplay and everything that you saw the last time you were here, that's all still gonna be going on. So it's going to be really fun. There's I didn't know what to expect when I started doing this, and the support and the community, and even the people who have said, I thought I'm going to have to entertain people. This is PopCon, and people have said, I want the education. I want to learn about. I want to come, and yes, I want to have fun, but I also want to go home a better cat parent. Is pretty amazing. So I'm excited. We had all of this energy together tonight. I'm excited to see what happens when we get to be in person together.
And I think, in all I've been doing this, well over 20 years. My first stop was Indianapolis. First time I did it was in Indy, outside of class. And so I met you, I met Sue Hobbs, and I met Catherine Brooks. And you all three are still clients. So that's saying a lot because that's been over 20 years.
Yeah.
But I enjoy doing this, and this is fun, and I enjoy meeting people, and I enjoy meeting people that truly care about and love their animals and want what's best for them. Those are the people I want to be around.
Me too.
People that look upon, especially horses, for example, as property.
Yep.
And I find that gets my dander up just a bit.
Yes.
Or even a cow, or even a sheep. It doesn't matter. They're here for a purpose. They serve a purpose for us as human beings. However, they are thinking and feeling beings at their own level. And so, how dare you be disrespectful? So I can get my dander up. You know that about that.
Yeah.
So, yes, above all, they are loving and kind and loving and kind beings that have chosen to live with us. We might have brought them in, but they chose to come in and be with us. So,
they sure did.
Just have that respect is something that I think you and a lot of my clients have helped me to reaffirm. So,
yes,
appreciate that, and appreciate all the stuff you taught me about cats.
Well, we're all still learning together.
Well, we're getting there. These three are actually getting there. So
good. Yes, we are too. And these two in their cafe and their burger joint, they have brought a lot of joy and taught us a lot as well. So I am going to be respectful, not only of your time, Cindy, but of your pets, because I know that it was feeding time before we came on. So the fact that they have been so great, I will see you at PurrCon.
They're coming in on Thursday, I think. Thursday or Friday.
All right. Well, we'll be in setup mode on Thursday. So you're more than welcome to come over and see the behind the scenes of PurrCon being put together.
So when does PurrCon actually start? Saturday or
It starts on Friday.
Okay.
It starts on Friday. Your stage session you have a stage session and gallery reading on Saturday, like back to back. So we'll have you on stage, and then you'll go to a gallery reading, and then Sunday we have another gallery reading, just in case any of our SuPURRhero
That's cool.
Pass holders can't make Saturday. They have another option to be with you on Sunday. So those are the private gallery readings that are only available through the super upgrades. So you can get those at PurrConIndy.com.
Okay, and if you can put out there that if people are selected for the gallery, to come prepared a little bit. Think about, what do I really want to know?
Okay.
That's really important, because we're probably, with a gallery, you're going to go from person to person to person, right?
Yes.
That's how I did with mediumship. It's like, okay, I got somebody here that's got, 6'5" and guy's got dark hair and has father energy. Oh, it's for you. He's here for you over there. So it's kind of like that. I've had some experience with mediumship doing that. So the more prepared people are to, if I get picked, I want to ask this, and this.
So we want them to have a picture ready on their phone and a question ready to go.
Yep.
Right?
That would be helpful if people can. It doesn't mean we can't meander into another question if we have time.
Sure.
But just, it helps focus the energy, and it helps us be the most help that we can be in that short time.
Well, and also it helps everybody in the room, because you know what it's like when you sit there in a gallery reading and you're like, I hope I get picked. I hope I'm going to get to ask a question, right? Like, so like the more prepared we all are with, like, here's the picture, here's my question, the more we're going to be able to help cats, right? Because the question.
Do I need to bring my cowboy hat so you can pick it out of the hat, or what?
Yes, bring your cowboy hat.
I do have one.
You heard it, folks. Cindy's bringing her cowboy hat.
I will. Now you watch.
Bring your cowboy hat and see us
I'm
in
not
PurrCon.
saying it's going to go on my head, but I will bring. Yeah, I'll bring that. Will it only be that, or the other one of the two? All that.
All right, go feed your crew there, Cindy.
Well, the greyhound's like asleep with tongue out. It's fine. Anyway, but thank you guys very much. You've been great to talk with, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody.
All right, we'll see you soon. Again, Cindy Huff will be part of PurrCon. I want to go over it real quick with you. There are 3 different ways to participate in PurrCon. You can have your PopCon pass, and that will give you access to the vendors that are going to be there, the stage. There'll be a lot of free stuff going on in the feline fun and games area. There are going to be some upgrades going on in the feline fun and games area, like the Swifty feline friendship bracelet experience. So if you want to be a part of that, you can bring your own bracelets. You also get to make a bracelet. So that's included in your pass. Like we were talking about, the galleries with Cindy, that is an upgraded pass that you want to make sure you get. And we do have some right now that if you're like, I want to be there all 3 days, you can get a 3-day pass, and it includes your PopCon admission, and it includes all of the super stuff. It includes the super swag bag that has a free admission to the Smitten Kitten Cat Cafe anytime that you want to go. And cool stuff from our sponsors like Pet Greens and Paws Stop, the Meow Mob that's coming, Meow-Tell that's coming and sponsoring the kitten therapy sessions. Those therapy sessions are also included in the SuPURRhero Pass. So I feel like I'm like, all of a sudden I'm on QVC and I'm like, you want to make sure that you get your pass and you get it right now. I'm just saying this because I really did. I was thoughtful in like, what would I want if I was going to a cat convention, and I tried to include all of those things so that you can have a really, really great experience. But there are multiple levels and ways to do that. So check it out at PurrConIndy.com. If you are planning on going and you haven't bought your tickets, it like helps me sleep at night when someone buys a ticket. So please don't wait until the day before. If you're seriously going, just get your ticket whenever you can so that I can be like, haha, Another person is coming to PurrCon. Let's see. Yeah, Laura is here. She wanted to point out that yes, you can make and or exchange bracelets or both. And I love, if you haven't been a part of one of our Swifty bracelet parties at the Smitten Kitten Cat Cafe, it's pretty cool. Like, it really is a cool community, and we play trivia and do all kinds of stuff. But I didn't realize when we started doing these how much community it was going to be. Like the people that showed up with bracelets already that wanted to exchange and have conversations. It's another meaningful thing. It may sound like, oh, I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, but you don't have to be. You're going to meet really amazing people by being a part of that. So thank you for being here tonight. I know we ran over late. I appreciate you all, and I will see you at PurrCon. Oh my gosh, I have one more announcement. Can you guys hang on for one more announcement? We have the next PurrCon pre-party. I can't believe I forgot to tell you. How did I forget to tell you this? The next PurrCon pre-party live is going to be Monday night, and you guys, Dr. Matt is going to join us live. We are going to be, you see, Dr. Matt, rate the kitten. We love him on Instagram. You may follow him on TikTok. He is coming, and we are going to be live on Monday night at 7:00. He does a lot of his lives on Instagram. So please make sure that you check in the Cat Club or that you are signed up for my Positive Vibes newsletter, because I will send out how to watch, and it might not be on YouTube. It may just be on Instagram. We're working that out, but save that date and time, Monday night at 7:00. Dr. Matt McGlasson is going to be with us. Sally Williams, who is the host of Pet Greens Thrive Inside and the founder of Mission Meow, is going to be with us. And we're going to be talking about Dr. Matt's special appearance and the photo ops you can get and all of that stuff. So I am thrilled. He is such a champion for cats, and he does what I hope that I do every day, which is to entertain you into being closer to your cat. When you understand your cat, you understand what you're bringing into your house with a kitten and how to take care of them. You get the bond that you want. You get that thing that you felt when you brought them home of, this is the life I want. And he does such a good job of helping with that. So I'm very excited to have him live with us on Monday at 7, and to have him in person with us Friday only at PurrCon. So I will see you live on Monday night, and I will see you in person at PurrCon, my friends. I don't have any music to play as we head out. I'm just going to say goodnight, and I'm going to go eat a steak sandwich. Thank you, Patches.